Hello. Not exactly sure what's going on. Mr. Derrick must be running behind. But since I had people in the chat, I figured I would at least hang out with you guys and talk. Hopefully, Michael will get here. Um, this is awkward. But how are you guys doing? Hello, Blue Sea Hill. Shinto Ketchup, I see you. And but we were doing this stream to talk about Michael's upcoming project. What's it called? Grayscale. Welcome to blah 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 blah. This is the worst stream. Welcome to Glitter City. All right. Well, let's since you guys are here, and I didn't want to disappoint you, so I hate that sometimes when people can't get their shit together and the chat is in there and you know they're waiting on you to figure out. That happened when I had Steve Englehart on last year. It was horrible. I mean, although he did hang out with us for almost 2 hours, that was cool. Steve Englehart, we were having technical difficulties and it took almost 15 minutes to get everything sorted, and then we went live because it was so crazy. We Steve tried to cancel the interview while we were, because we couldn't get it together, and he was like, you want to do this maybe next week? And I was like, it took forever to get Steve Englehart there, so I was busting my ass to make sure that I could get everything work, because there was a pretty good chance that if I had let him go, yeah, man, I'll see you next week, that I probably wouldn't have gotten the interview that I got with Steve Englehart. So I had to kind of, pull a finesse on that one, because that one was not working out. But hopefully, Mike, because I sent him the link. We set this all up and everything. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I do have a link to Grayscale. Welcome to the city, or welcome to Glitter City. Matter of fact, while you guys are watching, let me actually just kind of, because he's got a video on there and all this kind of stuff. He's got the page pulled up. Let me do that and share the audio. You got to remember that with StreamYard, share the audio. But thank you guys for being so patient and everything. Let's sharing. I am going to Grayscale. Welcome to Glitter City. Matter of fact, let me look on my phone so I can actually talk to you guys while this is going on. Let me see here. So that's one thing. I can't see what you guys are saying while I'm doing the screen share thing, but if I look on my phone and you guys have comments and questions and stuff, then I can do it. Okay, so now I've got my phone pulled up. And okay, so he's got a video here. Let me actually check it out and see what's going on now that I've got the audio and everything set up. So here it is. Let's actually check out the trailer for Grayscale. Interesting. Okay. I liked it. I liked the trailer. Okay. Let's actually look on the page and see what he's got going on here. There's a big pinup. I have no idea what this book is about. Let me see. Comic book scrapyard. Damn, that's some hype music. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I thought the trailer was pretty good. Let's see. Um, okay. Got a page with actual full colors and letters. Okay, not bad, not bad. I like the colors. The colors are interesting. Let's see. Uh, Nice amount of cleavage. I'm always down for that. And let me see if I'm not mistaken. The artist on this is the same artist that did the Dusty Tortillas book, if I'm not mistaken. But um, if I got that wrong, I apologize. But you know, that's why you have to be here to tell me about your book. But I'm pretty sure that is the Ballad of Dusty Tortillas. I'm pretty sure that's the artist, and Michael is the writer on this. Um, let's see. Yeah, nice. I like the color on these pages. It looks like he's got quite a bit of it done. And again, like this young lady with the red dress. And ooh, okay. Is that yeah. That's a nice pinup. And oh god. Let's see, stretch goals. So he's got stretch goals set up. Like I said, whoever the colorist is, good colorist. I was like, I really like the colorist on this. Um, let's see. Okay. Look like she got a little something going on in this area here. Yeah. Uh-oh. Did I lose y'all? Oh no. I hope I didn't. Let me make sure. Oh. Well, I'm gonna keep going. Hopefully the chat catches up. Let me see. Hold on. Am I zeroing? Because somebody let me know in the chat. Am I just done, or am I just wasting my time just talking to? Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah. Well, for some reason it was zeroing out on my phone. Okay, thank you, Shito Ketchup. I appreciate you. You show up all the time, and I appreciate you. But this young lady is in incredible shape here, and I like right amount of boobage. Yes, and so she's got a cyborg arm. I missed that before. Okay, so she's got a nice little like I said, she got the glutes and all that. She got it working out. But matter of fact, let me make Shinto I see you in here all the time. Let me hook you. I want you to I'm gonna put you to work there. I want you to maybe drop this. The link is in the description as well, but I just gave you a wrench, so drop the link to Grayscale in here. I've been seeing a lot of people share this book. Like I said, I really like the colors. Ooh, okay. And then so this one's done. Okay, so he's got like a pinup from Narwhal, or is this a variant cover? Okay, it is a pinup. So here's Narwhal. Narwhal hooked him up. Always good to see. And then let's see who did this. Oh, it doesn't have credit. Let me go up here and see what he's working with price wise on the book. Hold on, let me make sure. Maybe he's running late. He might be here. No, he's still not here yet. Okay. Let me see. I was just wondering what the hell's going on, but it's all good. Let's see. The show must go on. Let's see. Okay, so you got $15 for a physical copy, and then let's see what else do you get into. I don't know what his shipping's like. 60 pages. The book's 60 pages, and let me see here. And let's see. Oh no, Shinto, are you not? Come on, shit. Oh wait a minute, hold up. Let me see. I'll give it to. Well, you can keep your wrench, but there's Fatty 057. I know that's Mike. You can help me out too. Fatty 057 is the vampire in Brand that that David encounters towards the end of the book. So it's all good. It's all good. But I think my man Mike can help us out. I just want to make sure that somebody can drop the link in the chat there for us. But Mike, if you're not preoccupied, hook me up, because I know you cool peoples, and drop that link in there for me. Drop it like it's hot. Matter of fact, let me there you go. Okay, good. Hook me up, and let me see here. Okay, so he's got a digital copy for $10, and like I said, 60 pages, full color. Bam, there you go. I appreciate you, brother. 2 physical copies, $25. Looks like a couple people have claimed him already. He's already looks like he started off pretty good. Let's see, bulk order. Okay, let me see what this is. $50. So you get 5 copies of Grayscale. Welcome to Glitter City. Bag bordered and mailed directly to you in a sturdy Gemini mail. I think there's one campaign. I know, like Richard C. Meyer, it looks like everybody has copied. They've taken, because I've had so many people on promoting the Indiegogos that it all says in a sturdy Gemini mail. so they take. I think they all took that copy from Zach. It is very interesting. Which, by the way, it's looking like your boy Zach will be here on Thursday afternoon. We just have to get everything, because that looks like, unless he switches on me, it looks like Thursday afternoon, your boy Zach is going to be here talking about Expendables. So I am very much looking forward to having that chat. And then later that night, I will. Oh no, Fatty's there. Bring the Sunny D. But yeah, your boy Zach should be here Thursday. But either way, he's agreed. Oh no, Blue Sea Hill. Am I the only one who cannot stand the Gemini mailer? Okay, Blue Sea Hill. I'm. If there is there an alternative? Is there an alternative that gives you the same results? Let me see. Shinto Ketchup looking for the Gemini mailers every day on the doorstep. Well, I had an idiot for a mailman the first time. Well, they didn't use a Gemini mailer. They just used one of those little, anybody that's ordered Ethan's Vampirella books or the Cyberfrog books, when they send them out from the fulfillment, they use those kind of stiff envelopes. And they took one envelope and put it in a bigger envelope. And when they sent it to me, they got here fine. I was surprised they weren't using the mailers, but it's probably cheaper to go that route. But at the same point in time, I've had people mail stuff like that, and the books get mashed up. Let's see. Edgar Tarley, media mailers kill comics with tarded postman. Yeah, I'm telling you, they sent my Jawbreakers Lost Souls. They sent it to me, and the mailman folded it in half and shoved it into my mailbox instead of just walking it to my door. I live in an apartment complex, so he just and I reached out to Zach, and I was like, "Hey man, they bent my book up, and I don't know what happened." So it was kind of weird. So I did not understand why it was clearly too big. It was clearly too big to fit in my, because like I said, I'm in an apartment complex. So the mailbox is it's like a little shed, and it's got like 300 different slots in there. And instead of him going, well, I ain't going to his house, I'm going to just fold this thing in half and shove it into the thing. I'm going to make this damn thing fit. So that's what he did. So when I opened my mailbox and I saw that Jawbreakers comic in there folded in half, I spent like $50. It really pissed me off. Let me see here. Shinto Ketchup. I got Cyberfrog fine, but there was a slit in the envelope. Yeah, bro. I'm like, that's it was kind of crazy. So, but the good thing is, Zach didn't know because they were supposed to do shrink wrapping and all this kind of stuff. And it was very interesting when I reached out to him. We're friends on Facebook. So I reached out to him. I said, hey man, they bent my Jawbreakers. He said, hey, he sent me this email address, and he said, can you take a couple of photos of the comic book and send it to me? And with your address, he said, with your address and everything, he said, I'll get that taken care of. And about 10 days later, the new Jawbreakers copy showed up, and it ended up being one of the first day Jawbreakers that he signed. He signed like 750 copies of Jawbreakers Lost Soul with his full name. Because anybody that got, most of the people that got Jawbreakers, when they opened it up and it had his signature in it, it just said Meyer. But that's what the copy that got bent up, it just said Meyer on it. And then when I got the new replacement copy that was in pristine condition with the shrink wrap and all that, when I opened it up, it said Richard C. Meyer. And I asked myself, wait a minute, didn't you say that those were the ones you said? He said, yeah, I signed 750 of them on the first day. And that's it. I don't know where Michael is. Well, from one Michael to another, I don't know where Michael is. This is the time we scheduled. But for whatever reason, I'm hoping he is okay. But for whatever reason, he is not here to tell us about Grayscale. But like I said, I didn't want to have all you guys just sitting there waiting, going, why aren't we going live? Because I try to start my streams on time. Once I start promoting them, we've been real good about that on the Wrestling Council, because it floats from channel. Right now, it's just going to be me and Boogie Bentley on the S&B network. So he hosted last week, and I'm going to host this week. We're going to go back and forth because we're trying to get the audience. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard? We used to be 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now we're going to be doing it at 9 p.m. Because sometimes we would be going and have a decent chat, and then the Jack Show would go live, and it would just go, whew, So I don't know what's going on, but hopefully Michael will show up before I close this bad boy out. But if not, you guys can check this out. You can get drawn into the book for $150. And the executive producer, let me see what this is. It's only one person. Get your name listed as executive producer in the main credits page with the rest of the creative team, as well as on the front cover. Comes with one of a kind proof copy, 4 signed copies of the book, the digital PDF, and any unlocked stretch goals. And again, this is 60 pages. Let me go back into the green room there and see if Mr. Derrick has joined us. Okay, we still don't have Michael Derrick, but okay, let me see. Is that true? Is that true, Michael? Did you get drawn into this book? Did you pay to get? Because, like I said, you're definitely in brand. You are our vampire auction host, and okay, let's see. You better snatch up that last perk before I back off. Well, there you go. And also in the description is a link to Brand Way of the Gun. We've got some really cool stuff going on. I just sent Miss Carla Tornielli. I sent her a bunch of high-res files so that she can actually see what the hell I'm doing. And I think, it's going to be really cool because I think some of the stuff that we're doing, I'm hopefully within the next week or two, because I'm looking to launch on the last week of February and everything. But it's going to be cool. Cover from Ethan Van Sciver, cover from Rob Willis. We've got the She 25th Anniversary Edition from Mr. Kanan White. Cover from Matthew Weldon. It's going to be 6 covers total. I think it's going to be really cool. And, hopefully, let me see. A Man in Lunacy is up there telling you, well, hello, huzzah, howdy. As you can see, I do not have the person that I'm supposed to be interviewing. Okay. I am hearing from Mr. Derrick. Well, let me see. Hold up. Okay, so he's letting me know. Well, hold up. Let me see. I'm communicating. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, so hopefully, let me see. Let's see here. Let's see. Give the kid a mulligan. He is going to be making a run. Well, I'm just saying that, but I will say this because I've sent him the link. Hopefully, it looks like he is among the living now. But I will let you know. Now Michael was here before, and I had a good time with him, so I will give him a little bit of leeway. But let me say this: if you ask me, if you contact me, and you got a book to promote, and we set up a time, and you don't show, you might not get to come back on the next time. And I'm just being real with you, just because I don't have a lot of time. That's why I went ahead and started the stream up, because I've got like 3 books I'm writing right now. I've got stuff going on. I'm trying to help Demetrius do his stuff, and we're working with another client. There's so much stuff I've got to do. So when I have to stop what I'm doing, and this is part of being being part of Comicsgate. We're trying to help each other out and try to stream and promote these books. But my goodness, that's why I'm trying to say, please don't get confused, because I'm pretty busy right now. So let's see. The Man in Lunacy. I'm absolutely shocked that no one has bought the Get Drawn in Cash Grab. Isn't that that's up there a little bit pricey, is it not? I know that the cover thing was like $3,000. I don't know, everybody don't have them deep pockets like that. But I just but I'm a Cash Grab backer. So let's see. Oh, there's Carla Tornielli. Let's see. There she is, and you have the files. And I'm going to be sending some other stuff. Oh no! Oh, yeah, girl. Okay, he might have got a hand job from a cyborg. Okay, well, let's see. But Carla, she has, along with her husband John, they are doing the Grim Reaper #2. Matter of fact, let me give you a wrench as well, and then you can. We'll throw you in here. Add moderator. Boom. Okay, Carla, you have a wrench now. You are free to promote the Grim Reaper 2 in the chat there, and we are trying to give us a few seconds, because, like I said, Michael said he's gonna, because he was like, "Can we reschedule?" And I was like, I've got stuff scheduled for tomorrow. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me tell you who's coming on tomorrow. Because I've seen them making the rounds a little bit too. Let me see. Okay, so the Skits Comics team, I think it's a husband and wife, and I think one other person. Yeah, the Skits Comics team, they're going to be on tomorrow. And what time did we pick? Let me look in the DMs, because I can't remember what the hell time. Everybody's got different schedules. That's what I'm saying. When I set these up, I have to drop what I'm doing so that I can. And like I said, I'm willing to give you an hour and a half, but you got to show up. If you don't show up, that's bad. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, so 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm in the Central Time Zone, so that will be 5 p.m. my time. But 6 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, I'm gonna have the Skits team on, and they're gonna be talking about their project, and so should be really cool. So I am. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not. Okay, it's not. It's the 12th. I thought it was tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. It's next Tuesday. Darn it. Okay, well, I don't have a guest for tomorrow. Never mind. Well, I was like, I'm looking at my calendar, because whenever I book these, I try to put them in my calendar and go, so I don't forget, because I'll forget. Trust me, because the reality is, and I've told this to other people before, you care more about your book than I care about your book. It's just like it'd be like me wanting you to care about brand. You may like brand, you may think it's cool, but brand is so much more important to me than I would expect it to be to you. But That's why I know I'm gonna forget. So whenever I book these, I put them in my Google Calendar and everything. And my Google Calendar is telling me, "You lying? It's on the 12th. It is." Matter of fact, let me make sure. Let me confirm on my magic Google Calendar. Yes, I do. At 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, according to my Google Calendar, the Skits team, they are going to. I think they're just going to be promoting the mailing list. They'll want you. I don't know if it's live right now, but they're wanting people to sign up for the mailer. We've been doing pretty good with the brand Way of the Gun mailing list. It's it's got a couple hundred people signed up to it already. So there you go. Why you always lying? Why you so? I don't know. Y'all don't want to hear me sing. You know what? I actually messaged Ethan the other day, and I told him, I said, hey. I said, for the Way of the Gun campaign, because he's doing a cover, and he kept telling me, he was like, you keep saying you want me to do this cover, but you haven't given me you haven't told me any idea what you want me to draw. And I was like, because Ethan, I have no idea what I want you to draw. I don't know what I want you to draw. And he was like, well, you need to figure something out. And Edgar Charlie, no one wants to hear that. It's like, I was waiting for Antonio to serenade us. I was like, but here's the thing. I told Ethan, and I don't, I think he thought I was joking, but I was dead serious. I said, if I hit $100,000 on Brand Way of the Gun, I'd like to do a concert. And I was like, I want you to play the piano on it. And that's the thing. I want Ethan to be my piano man, and I'm gonna pick like a bunch of crazy, like cheesy songs or something like I like when Ethan sings Pony. So like I want him to play like Pony or something, and I'll sing to it or something. That if that would be my $100,000 stretch goal. But he thought it was funny. I don't know if he'll do it though, because I know Ethan's real busy. But I sent him the layout that Kanan came up with. And it was pretty badass. I thought the cover that Kanan came up with was pretty darn cool. I don't know if Mr. Derrick is gonna make it. We may actually have to reschedule it, but you guys seem to be. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let me see here. Let me see what Amanda Lunacy is saying. Okay. The art in these Phase 3 CG projects are going on some next level shit. Grayscale looks great. Grim Reaper 2 Comicscape is the class of indie comics. I agree with that. Let me see. Oh no. Fatty 057. My saddle. Let's ride it. I can hit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought that would be funny. It would be, because we're doing some projections. It looks like, just based on the level of interest for the next brand book. I appreciate, I've gotten so many emails and DMs and stuff, so many people, that read the PDF and, they really enjoyed it. I saw some people made some videos and stuff like that. So I appreciate that. Like I said, we just set up, we're coming in a little harder now that I've kind of done a little bit of world building. And, yeah, man, it's pretty cool. But I think Way of the Gun is going to be really cool. And let's see. Comic Book Scrapyard. I appreciate all these channels promoting the smaller creators I may not know about otherwise. Well, that's what I'm saying. And that's one thing that Ethan always said. He said, don't always just be a taker. You have to give something back. And I agree with that, because I definitely would not be in the position I'm in right now without this community. Let me see what's going on. How about some Jump On It, Mix-a-Lot in the house? What about Sir Mix-a-Lot? Put him on the glass. That would be hilarious. I was like, Ethan, can you learn this? I was like, put him on the glass. That would be hilarious. But yeah, that's what I told Ethan. I was like, hey, what if you play the piano and I just sing horrible songs in appreciation to the fans, coming out and backing brand and doing all that stuff. So let me see. Aha! I believe we have an appearance from Mr. Derrick. How are you, Mr. Derrick?
I am good. How are you, Antonio?
Uh-oh, what's going on with your audio?
Can you hear me or am I echoing?
Yeah, now I was like, you came in, you like,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. My computer is being really weird. It's like lagging. But I think it's working now. I had to restart it. So I sound good now though?
yeah, you do that. Yeah, you just went at the beginning. It was just like, no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not good. Okay,
Um,
so
Oh man. Well, first of all, let me just apologize for being incredibly late to the stream. I overslept and I feel terrible. So thank you so much for still having me on.
well,
Um,
that's one thing that's what I was like. You broke my late rule. You
ah,
broke my late rule, but you were
oh
a nice
no.
guy when I had you on the first time. So I was like, okay. I was like, because you never know, something may have happened with somebody in your family or anything. So
Yeah.
sometimes, I was like, let me wait to hear from him before I go. You will never be on my channel
Oh,
again. All that kind of stuff is, some
you're,
people have gotten the "you will never be on my channel again."
oh
But
man. Well, you're
but
too kind. Thank you for not banning me for life. I really appreciate
I'm
that.
like, but you're here now. We were showing Grayscale, but I actually played your trailer. Matter
Oh,
of fact,
thank you.
let's start over. Okay, so Michael is here now. We've got people in the chat. I've had mods dropping links in there. You've got like 20 people in here watching, and they're talking and they're saying naughty things, which is awesome. And let me see here. So we're gonna, for those of you, because I've noticed that the chat has grown a little bit more. Matter of fact, let me, if you haven't, hit the like button. Also, let me see. Please share this stream out. We want to get some more people in here that might be interested in Mr. Derrick's project here. Looks pretty cool. Let me see. Let me tweet this out. Let me send it out on the twatter. Boom. All right. So, okay, I have tweeted it out. And yeah, all right. I see the Diaz brothers, or at least one of them is in the chat. And let's see here. Yeah, Grayscale. All right. Let me see. Okay, so we're gonna do a share screen. I'm actually gonna play your trailer again, and we're gonna start over. So boom. All right, so let me start. Here's the trailer for Grayscale. Dun dun dun. First of all, Michael, let me call you out because it's pretty clear that you used the opening intro to X-Men from the because I was like,
Oh man.
it does it's a I was like, that's the X-Men thing. It sounds kind of like that.
Yeah, that's good company to be in, but I have to give full credit to the iMovie app on on iPhone because they have templates for trailers, so I just use that. And luckily, the music on there was actually pretty epic. And yeah, I didn't make that connection, but you're right, that does kind of remind
That's
me
what
of
I
it.
thought. I heard it. I was like, that sounds like that because I used to love on Saturday mornings. I was in high school and the X-Men cartoon used to come on. I was like 15.
Yeah, that's
And
one of the best like theme songs of any cartoon, the X-Men for the X-Men animated series.
I was like, okay. I was getting all hyped up for it. I was like, did this man just take the X-Men theme and make a trailer out of it? Hold up. People think I'm crazy. Hold on. Listen to this again. Hold on. Right there at the beginning.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, there it goes. That's the X-Men theme right there. Okay.
I think Apple might have a lawsuit on their hands.
Oh no. Very, like I said, it's very well done. I will say that. I do like the trailer, but
Thank
yeah,
you.
when I heard that, I was like, "That's the X-Men." I was like, let me see here. So you're at. Matter of fact, let me refresh the page.
I mean, a lot of these campaigns, it's getting kind of common now to have your own theme song, like a custom theme song made. So maybe I should do that because, yeah, there's some pretty cool ones like for Cyborg USA and Galactic Rodents. Like that's
Yeah. Well, I like Gilbert Deltre's Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. I thought
yeah, he's got the Saturday morning cartoon theme song.
Well,
Awesome.
I'm a proud backer of that, and Kanan did the brand variant cover, which that's the one I bought. Off like I thought Kanan's cover with our characters and his, I thought that cover was badass, and yeah, I loved it. And Gilbert, like I said, Gilbert, they've done like what 23,000, I think. So,
they're doing great.
He's done pretty well. So okay. So tell me about your team and all that kind of stuff. Tell me about your artists and your color, because I really liked your colorist. I don't know who your colorist is, but I thought the colorist did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. The colorist is Eugene Bativu. He's colored a few of the books on Indiegogo. Magic Cop is the one that I found him through because I really love the look of the colors on Magic Cop. So I kind of reached out to him because of that. And then our line artist is PK. He's fairly new to the indie comic scene, at least in America. But
America, yeah. I don't know.
That's the is that the Cyborg USA theme or no? That's Team America. But yeah,
Team America, World Police,
one of the greatest movies of all time.
Oh yeah, that movie went with you. I've never seen so much debauchery with a series of puppets in my. Oh God, yeah.
I think that might be the funniest movie of all time. I'm not sure. When I think back to movies that actually like really made me laugh, that one I was probably crying laughing watching that movie the first time.
Well, it was it's actually kind of funny. I had a buddy of mine, and he always was posting this political crap on Facebook, and it would start all these arguments and everything. And so he had posted something about, I think it was Obama was president. He had posted this and. Oh, this is why this happened, and everybody's arguing in the in the comment section on Facebook, and then I just chimed in and I said, "America, fuck yeah!" And so many people started laughing. It just seemed like it diffused the situation. Everybody they were like, "Okay, we don't agree on this political stuff, but that was funny." And then so I was like, sometimes I try not to talk about religion and politics and stuff like that, but I thought Team America was very well done. And it does not take itself too seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I was hoping they do, because they've done 4 movies. I know they did Orgasmo.
Which the South Park guys.
Yeah. Matt Parker, Trey Stone. Yeah, they did Orgasmo. They also did Basketball. Both of those movies have moments, but they're not great movies. And then they did the South Park movie, Bigger, Longer, Uncut. That one actually got nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Song. I mean, they didn't win, but it was cool to see Robin Williams on the stage singing "Blame Canada." That was very funny. So, and then they followed it up with this, and I hear there might be a Book of Mormon movie coming.
I've been waiting for one for 10 years. It seems like whenever Book of Mormon first came out on like Broadway, I was expecting there to be like a film adaptation like soon after, but it never happened. So has there been like a new announcement on that, or is this still?
It was a while ago, so like it's probably one of those situations where it got optioned and now it's in limbo. Yeah. But they got a check though. Here's the thing, and I didn't know about a lot of this stuff until I heard like Billy Tucci and Doug TenNapel talking, because he was talking about She getting optioned, and Doug's had a couple of his books optioned, and then they just never, like Ghostopolis. I know, matter of fact, he said, what's the guy that played Wolverine? Hugh Jackman. Yeah, Hugh Jackman optioned Ghostopolis from Doug TenNapel, and then he let it lapse. And then he said Steven Spielberg reached out to him because he had been to Steven Spielberg's house, he said. And because he had worked on some the Jurassic Park game and all this kind of stuff, so he had actually had lunch at Steven Spielberg. But he said Steven Spielberg reached out to him about doing Ghostopolis. I don't know if that ever is going to happen, but I was like, but Billy said the same thing with She. They kept optioning it, and then before it lapsed, they would just if to keep the rights, you have to send another payment. So like say they give you $400,000 or $500,000 for the rights, and then you got the rights for like 2 years, 3 years, or whatever, and then if you don't have it developed and the rights are about to lapse, you can pick the rights back up again, but you have to send the same amount of money again. Yeah,
that's the crazy thing about Hollywood. They're not shy about throwing money around for those rights to certain things. So yeah, if you that's kind of like a ticket to wealth to sell the option. Well, not necessarily wealth, but it's like free money.
Well, Billy even said, he said because they had a movie. Matter of fact, I remember in Wizard magazine they were talking about She being a movie, and Tia Carrere was supposed to play She. And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, there is a photo cover that they did that I thought on one of Billy's She books where they did a photo variant with Tia Carrere as She, because she did. I think she dressed up as She a couple times. Just the fans were excited. I don't know. I don't think they ever made Tia Carrere She movie, but she was the one that was supposed to play She.
Yeah, I can't imagine how many how many of these properties just get the options bought by Hollywood studios, but then obviously they never get made. But hey, I mean, they still get
but that's one thing Billy said. Well, they kept renewing the rights, and we kept getting these checks. It was a substantial amount of money, and so he wasn't, even though the movie never got made, he was happy because he was like, hey, it's a nice little chunk of money just for it to just sit there and not have anything happen with it.
That's almost better than the movie actually getting made, because if they actually make the movie, it might be terrible, and but if it never gets made, like you said, it's just free money.
Yeah, that's why he having now done some business with the Tucci's. I know Miss Deborah is rather shrewd. She is a very smart businesswoman. Because we had to work out some financial agreements in order to use She on one of the variant covers for Way of the Gun. So we had to work out a little financial compensation. And she did the damn thing. She's a real smart businesswoman. And I think we came up with a fair arrangement. So I'm happy with it, and they seem to be happy with it. And I know when we launch, I know I'm supposed to go on crowdfunding comics and all that kind of stuff. And I think because he loved Kanan's cover. He was like, oh, man, that cover looks great. I was like, yeah, Kanan killed the She cover. So I was very, very happy about that. But like I said, you got your team here. And great colors. How many of these pages? Because that's one thing I noticed a lot of times. Matter of fact, even I'll be guilty of this when I set up the Way of the Gun campaign. I've got pages that are fully colored, but I don't have any lettering or anything on them yet. So you've
Yeah.
got actual, yeah.
Yeah, I have the first 5 pages of the book completely done, inked, colored, and lettered. I thought that would be important, just so that people can really get an idea, because it's one thing to pitch the concept, but I really wanted people to see how it might play out, writing wise. So, if you want to, not only is it the first 5 pages, but it's the actual beginning of the opening scene of the book, and so it's kind of an introduction to Grayscale. You get to see him beat up some of these casino robbers, and you get a sense of who he is and how he fights, and kind of the tone of the book. So yeah, if you're on the fence about the concept, I definitely recommend just reading through the preview pages to anybody.
Well, we've got Eddie Winkler in the chat, and he says, just backed. Good luck with the campaign. Well, thank you, Eddie.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. But I really appreciate this young lady here with the red dress on. I love when that's one thing I like about Comicsgate books, man. They're not afraid to. It really, because everybody's like, you're a bunch of fanboys stuck in the 90s. I love those. That's what I was like. Comics were fun back then, and they used to sell a lot of comics.
Exactly.
I mean, they're selling like 1/10 of what they used to sell 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah, that seems to be kind of one of the things about Comicsgate. Not looking to the past, but we're definitely taking influence from the 90s era of comics. So, like you said, when they sold, and that was definitely my philosophy with Grayscale. I kind of put myself back in the 90s and kind of thought, if I was one of the Image guys, because they all came out with their own characters. Like you had Todd McFarlane with Spawn, and Jim Lee with Wildcats. So I was like, you know what? If I was one of the Image founders, what would my character be? And I came up with Grayscale. And while it's not, I wouldn't call it like necessarily like a pastiche to those edgy 90s anti-heroes. There's definitely some influence there. So and I'm a huge Spawn fan, so there's definitely some Spawn influence for sure.
Okay. So I guess this is Mr. Grayscale whipping that ass. So tell me about the book, because when we had you here last year, you were here with Ibai Canales,
yes.
He's been on like 3 times, I think.
Yeah, he's got a ton of different projects. So
yeah, and I had it, and I was on the War Campaign channel with him at least 2 or 3 times that I can remember. And yeah, he's cool peoples. So let me see. So tell me, what is Grayscale about?
Grayscale is a 60-page full-color comic book about this guy right here, the titular Grayscale. The K stands for Karma. He is a trash-talking vigilante with the power to not only see, but in some cases manipulate other people's karma. So he can use that power to find the bad guys in Glitter City and deal with them accordingly. So he's got he's kind of like Spider-Man in the sense that he likes to talk trash to his opponents as he beats them up, and he's got a little bit of Batman influence as well. So I wouldn't call him necessarily an anti-hero, but he does straddle the line sometimes between taking things a little too far, as you might expect from a guy who's literally a shade of gray. So.
Yeah, well, like I said, I like this, and I like the young ladies in the background there, and
yeah,
my man in the yeah.
Shout out to PK. He loves drawing those big busty women. So
well, I have no problem with that, and I like my man there with the bro fist on his shirt there. I'm cool with that. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a broski. So let me see. Okay. So wait, man, look like my man Grayscale is having a little hard time here. See somebody shooting a ray gun at him or something, huh?
Yeah, I wanted this opening scene. I wanted him to kind of be able to show off and not have too much of a challenge. But I didn't want him to just be fighting like generic goons. So I was like, I got to give the casino robbers a gimmick. So I was like, you know what? Let me do a little callback to the Abductables and have them actually wear alien masks. So. And they actually do have ray guns as well. So
isn't that cool though when you're on to your next project and then I would like say I would do something and it wouldn't be brand related, but I would have somebody like walking in the crowd and they might be wearing a brand shirt or something, that kind of thing. Yeah,
it's always fun to put those little callbacks in there.
Yeah, so I like that, man. Okay. Let me see. Up here laying to smack it down. Now, this he's got this like billy club thing. Is that his main weapon or what's going on?
Yeah, I call it his trusty truncheon. It's basically just this black bat that he uses to beat people over the head with. Because he does have his karma powers, which the main way that he uses karma is to find people with bad karma and track them down. But other than his instant karma power, where he can actually cash in somebody's bad karma on the spot and cause them instant misfortune, that's kind of like his ultimate move. So in the meantime, he has to train his body kind of like, almost like Daredevil in a sense, to where, he still has to physically fight people. And and I didn't want him to be like a full on Punisher type where he's just, slaughtering people and, wielding guns and stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me give him a cool black bat. I think it makes for a nice visual. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm feeling you there, bro. Let me see. Oh, he done punched the mask off of this dude and looked like may have slapped the taste out of his mouth too. Like I see him spitting up blood and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, so he beating these bad boys down.
Yeah, he doesn't he's not shy about breaking some bones. I think he kind of enjoys it actually.
But let me see. Oh yeah, now my young lady with the red. I noticed she got some on the gluteus maximus there. She's rather taut. And yeah, man, he's got this young lady with the little yellow dress on. Yeah, she and the pasty. Yeah, you definitely got some nice looking women there. Let me see. Let's see what's going on. And that guy kind of looks like Tony Stark at the bottom. Oh, hold up! I hate when that does that. You're trying to just scroll down a little at a time, and it just jumps. Yeah, there he is. That's my man talking. Tony Stark makes you feel he's the coolest man with the heart of steel.
Shout out to Chimera in the chat. He says, "Stop making Antonio horny."
Well, there you go. That will never happen. Oh, okay, so this is your man PK right here with this pinup, or is this a
Yeah, that was one of the promotional pieces that we made leading up to the launch of the campaign. This is probably one of my favorite pieces of art to actually come out of the book. This is Grayscale unmasked, so you kind of get a hint of what he actually looks like under the mask. And here he is embracing his love interest in the book, kind of the Mary Jane Watson to his Peter Parker. And so we will definitely delve into Grayscale's personal life, the man behind the mask, and kind of get to know him. What he does when he's not beating the crap out of people.
And I see he's got one guy in a headlock there. Let's see. So, yeah, I like that. Bloody bat and all.
Yep.
Let me see. And you got okay. Now this is the woman I saw before, and I didn't notice until I was scrolling back, and I said, "Oh, she's got a cyborg arm."
Yeah, so this is the Dark Ages Ashcan. This is a completely separate story from Grayscale. It's not related or anything like that, but it is an add-on perk to the campaign. So it's a 20-plus page cyberpunk dystopian action book written and drawn by Grayscale artist PK. So if you want a little more bang for your buck at checkout, if you want to add the Ashcan onto your order, you can add that, and it will be included with your shipping for free. So
now, is this from the Ashcan too? This image?
Yeah, we have a few preview pages on there for people to check out. So yeah, it's got the PK signature style, and so looks pretty cool. I actually just made a trailer for that as well. I put on my YouTube. So
okay.
Add a little more variety, and of course, you got more beautiful women.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I noticed this little part here. She looked like something's going on down there. Like it's starting to, she's something riding up in there a little bit. But I'm not complaining though. So I respect the artistic choice. And let me see. So this takes place on Mars.
Yeah, it's like I forget what the exact date is, but far future. Earth is actually destroyed, and so the whole story actually takes place on Mars. So And yeah, it's kind of got that cyberpunk feel. Like you said, she's got this cybernetic arm, and a lot of unsavory characters to deal with.
Okay, and I like the little bowler thing here, and yeah, man. Okay, like I said, real nice colors. People seem to be digging it in the chat. And matter of fact, I want to go down. Oh, you got my man Ebon Canales. He did a pinup for you. Looks like.
Yep. Yeah, I got a pinup from Abductibles artist Canales. He was kind enough to do that for me. So it's nice to see Grayscale in Canales' signature style. Looks really cool. And then yeah, we also got one from the Great Narwhal of Earthbound fame. So yeah, that's one of my favorite things is just seeing, because we really wanted to give Grayscale like an iconic costume design, which is no easy task, especially with a character who's literally supposed to be gray. It kind of goes against the theory of superheroes where they're supposed to have these colorful costumes. So it's kind of hard to stand out when your character is literally gray. But I think we managed to pull it off with the mask and everything. So, but yeah, it's always fun to see the character done in different people's styles.
So yeah, Fatty057 says so Grayscale is not actually in Grayscale.
Ironically not, no. My previous book was in Grayscale, but this one is full color. And yeah. Oh, and then we got
6 a.m. comics. Yeah, Mark was it Mark Marinelli? I was like, he did a brand. He did David Craven and Penance, and I thought it was. I didn't know he was going to do us. So I was like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. So I thought he was a really cool artist. There might be. I see he's working. I know he's working on something. He's been showing images from a book that he's working on.
Yeah, I think it's called Starfetched, but I really like his style, and he did pretty much every like Comicsgate / like Indiegogo crowdfunding indie comic character and this big epic collage, and Brand was on there and Grayscale, and he even did the abductee, so I got in there twice. So that was kind of nice. But
right. So I thought he did Dark Santana too. That's why I was wondering, because I was like, I don't know that pay when he got done. I think he's done with it, but it looked like it was massive when he finished it.
Yeah, he put them all on one page. It was like a huge epic collage. It's just crazy because it shows you just how many new characters have been created in the last couple years.
So before you got here, we were going through some of your tiers and all that kind of stuff. You got what's your shipping running like on this? I know it's a book 60 pages, and
so $15 for the 60-page comic, and then of course that includes any stretch goals, and if you want to add the ash can, that is an add-on perk that will that you can add if you'd like, and then it's just $5 flat shipping. So
oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to keep the prices as low as possible, to get as many people on board as I can. Of course, we got the digital option as well. If you, for overseas backers, sometimes the international shipping could be a bit too much for people. So if they just want to get the digital copy, they have that option as well.
Let's see. I see Vic King saying that Grayscale fan art incoming.
Right. Nice. I love Vic King's art style. He did a pinup for Abductibles as well, and it was really awesome. So I'm looking forward to that, Vic. I can't wait to see it.
All right, that's cool. Okay, then you got 2 copies for $25. Is the shipping about the same, or I'm assuming you might went up a little bit?
Yeah, went up a little bit with the shipping, but you do get a discount for getting the 2 copies. And then we also got the bulk order, which again is another discount. So 5 copies for $10 each. So if you want to have a few, if you want to collect them or resell them or what have you. So
all right, so you got the bulk order for $50, which I believe is 5 copies of the book, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, 5 for 10.
And then you get drawn into the book for $150. And I know Fatty057 said he took you up on that one.
Yeah, thank you, Fatty. Yeah, he did that actually. I was doing a stream on my channel yesterday, and he actually bought it like live on air. So when I hit refresh, like it boosted the numbers. I was like, blew my mind. So thank you
Well,
to him for that, because
well,
that was awesome.
well, yeah, that's the thing. Like when I've said this a few times, the people that read the brand PDF that we sent out, and if you are back and you want to read brand, like while we're waiting on the books to come back, I that's why I sent them out so that you guys could at least read the story. But for those of you that have read it, Fatty057 was the vampire auctioneer in the
Nice.
story of Brand. That was him. He was the vampire guy that and our other villain Wither, she was kind of working security there and doing things in the book. So, but yeah, Fatty057 was drawn in, and he, out of everybody that paid for the to have the cameo, his appearance was obviously he got the most bang from his buck because there was actually another character there, and I had in my script that there was a big vampire there. It was a big vampire, and we were going through I was trying to say, okay, Kanan, where are we going to draw these people in? Because we had like 13 people to draw into the book. And he sent me, I wish I could find it. It was the original page where Fatty057 shows up. It had another guy. It was just, he just drew this big fat guy or whatever. And the page, other than that, the page is the same. He had dark hair and all this, he was a vampire. And I was like, we actually have a backer that fits the description that I had in the script already. So we took Fatty057, Mike, took him. And Kanan hates when I have him redraw stuff after I've already had, because he's like, dude, I already drew the page. And I'm like, I was like, just swap the heads out and keep everything else the same. And so he didn't want to do it, but I have to find that. I have to find it because when he sent me the first thumbnail, it had another guy. It was still a big guy, but it wasn't Mike. So I was like, okay. And I was like, through all the other photo references I had, I said, I think this would be a good and I said he'll probably get a kick out of it because the vampire appears on a couple of pages. Most of the other ones we just slid them into a panel here, a panel there, that kind of thing. They didn't have speaking roles and whatnot. Yeah. And so but I think he appeared on like 8 pages of Brand. So,
you're right.
He actually got a part and then David had to do some things to him. So
Fatty057's giving Septinov a run for his money. That I don't know if you know about Septinov, but he's another guy that
he comes here sometimes. I've seen him in the chat.
Yeah, he gets drawn into a lot of these Comicscape books. He was in Abductables and Cyberfrog, and yeah, so that's always cool to when you see like the same guys get cameos in some of these books.
But yeah, he's in. But like I said, we had 13 people that took us up on it. I don't know if Kanan will want to do it because I don't know. It just seemed like I was like, hey, how else can I annoy my artist? And I was like, we've got to get these done. It's like, and send it. I was like, well, I don't think that looks very much like the photo, Kanan. Let me go back and tweak it a little bit. Okay, that kind of nitpicking everything and stuff like that. But I actually Mike actually got to see his appearances, before the world did, because I put colors on it and did all that, and he actually got to see it before a few thousand people that he was one of the first people actually outside of the Brand creative team. He was one of the first people to actually see it.
I envy your ability to lay down the law on your artist. I always feel guilty when I try to suggest some changes that need to be made, but sometimes you just got to do it.
Well, I don't know, and I've been very honest, but I think as I look back on it now, I was like, I'm probably kind of difficult to work with. It was like, and matter of fact, I haven't announced this yet, but since we're here, I talked to Mike Barron. I want him to write a story for me, and nice. He sent me a couple of treatments, and we're going back and forth on it. It's a story called Children of Man, It's going to be a Gaming and Dark Santana story for Brand. So I think it, he seemed interested in the idea, and we've talked on the phone a few times, and it looks like we'll be doing that. And I think I'll have Demetrius Miller as the artist on that. He's working on like 3 projects right now. One of them's called Eclipse. He's working on, what's it, Mia and Grok, which is his book. I'm going to be the executive producer on that one. And kind of help him, get everything put together. And then that one looks really cool. It's like space bounty hunter type stuff. And then he's going to do the Fame book for me, which is going to be part of the Way of the Gun campaign. It's going to be part, it's going to go in a little bit more depth into the backstory of Fame and kind of let us know how he came to be Fame. So Boogie Bentley, my man Boogie Bentley, is 1/4 of the Wrestling Council with myself, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on this channel. And we will be right there. And then, of course, I have Sexy Party at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday night. Myself and the Mad Weirdo. I don't know why she picked that name, but that's her name. And so,
hey, if y'all ever need a guest on the Wrestling Council, hit me up, because I'm a big wrestling fan, and I'm more into AEW these days. I don't know if y'all cover that.
That's one of the reasons I think Boogie was one that had the idea, and hit me up and hit Yule up, and then we added did a couple shows and added Comic Book Bob on there, and
nice.
He seemed to work. So Comic Book Bob actually went to AEW Dynamite last week and got on television like 5 or 6 times. That whole episode because he was right there when the wrestlers would come down the ramp. Mm-hmm. And so they would be walking down, and you see him holding up the Wrestling Council and all nice. This kind of stuff. So yeah, we had all kind of screenshots. I was like, yeah, they go Bob. So I was like, it was kind of real cool. So let's see, Fatty 057 says we are $30 away from the $1,500 there. So that is cool, man.
Thank you guys. And and speaking of AEW, I'm actually going to see I'm going to Dynamite next week when they come to Austin. So I'm looking forward to that. I definitely didn't want to miss out on that, because I love what AEW is doing, and I definitely want to support them.
So yeah, here it is. Yeah, you're at $1,470. You have a fixed goal of $5,000. You do like me. I do the fixed goals. I see some people do the flexible goal, and I don't like the flexible goal because I feel like if I don't make it, then the money should just go back to the people.
And plus, you don't want to get in a situation where, because if you have flexible funding, you get the money no matter what. But it's like, if you only get like 20% of what you actually need, then you're kind of screwed, because you still have to fulfill the book without half of the funds that you need. So yeah, I think I'll always stick with the fixed goal, because that's the bare minimum of what we need to actually get this book produced. So I want to be honest with the people. And
yeah, well, see, that's the thing. Yeah, I gotta be honest. Unless it's like a big creator, I've been very weary to back a lot of the flexibles, because I've seen so many of them. Like they were like, I need $7,000, and they raise 3, and then they just get to keep the money. I was like, oh hell.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I give you my money, but if you don't make it, I want my money back.
Yeah.
That's just, hell, that's just me being me though. So
Yeah, and I'm hoping, since this is my second campaign, I'm hoping I did build up some goodwill with my first campaign, The Abductables. We did get funded. We did get our book out to the people, and to much critical acclaim. I think people really enjoyed reading the book. So, hopefully people who enjoyed The Abductables will come back, and hopefully people who missed out on The Abductables, they might still back Grayscale just due to word of mouth. So, slowly but surely trying to get my name out there.
Yeah. So, well, like I said, I definitely appreciate you coming on, because it's getting. I'm looking at my clock. It's about that time. I got a boogie, because I got to do some. I'm working on like 3 or 4 books right now. So it's like I'm just doing. There's so much stuff, and I got to prepare for this campaign, and I'm waiting to hear back from the print. Yeah, it's like, dude, I got so much stuff.
How you do it. Honestly, I'm just focusing on this one book, but I mean, you're like building this whole empire with Kari Press with
Yeah, well,
and
I'm trying to, like I said, I got I'm representing Demetrius Miller, and working, me and Kanan working together on stuff, and it's like we've got so many different things in the so many different logs in the fire or whatever.
yeah.
It's like, oh, I just want to make sure. But like I said, I think this is going to be a big year. This is going to be a big year for Comicsgate. This is going to be a big year because my goal, this is what I want to happen, is to have Kanan finish Way of the Gun. That's why I had him start on the book a couple months ago. So, because I know now that I know about the pace that he creates and stuff like that, because he's, by his own admission, he's not super fast because he's putting all that detail and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But I got 10 pages right now on my computer that are done, and I'm like, yes. And,
Nice.
And we're not launching until the last week of February. So, hopefully I'll get, I'm hoping to get another 4, 5, 6 pages in. And that way, when we start, and then and another thing, now that I know more what I'm doing, I'll estimate the time a little better, because I thought Kanan could draw the book in like 2 months, and then it just, and I started realizing. Matter of fact, John Malin was one of the ones that he was like, "You're asking your artist to almost draw like a page a day," and and I was like, yeah, he's drawing a page a day, and I was like, there's pros like Adam Kubert and stuff like that. That dude that draw a page of art a day.
Yeah, especially someone like Kanan, like you said, who's got that really detailed style. So
so I didn't realize, but that's the thing. And I've had a bunch of nasty emails and says, like, "You suck. You told this book was going," and I was like, it was my first time. I'm sorry. And that is one of the big reasons, I gave out, tons of refunds. I looked and it was a couple $1,000 I gave. Yeah, but people kept buying the book. So it was strange. So that, I gave back, I honored until Kanan turned in that last page. I honored every refund request, because that's the thing. So and
getting the book drawn, that's only just like part of the battle. I mean, there's so many other things that come up with crowdfunding comics, so many headaches that roadblocks and stuff that delayed the project. So
see, and that's the thing, because like when we started, Icarus had more. He only was coloring like one book, and then because he colors for various companies, and so like if we had pages, but again I put Kanan in a situation where I was expecting him to draw like a page a day, so 7 pages a week, Kanan, give it to me, and I was like, that's not realistic. So, and then when finally, there were times where Kanan was like really in the zone, and I'd be sending a message. I was like, Kanan, I hadn't heard from you. What up? And all of a sudden he'd have like 2 or 3 pages. He'd be like, here you go, bud. I was like, what, you got 3 pages? And I'd be flipping out. I'd be like, oh my God, he just gave me 3 pages. I said, and then I'd be like, Icarus, he's like, yeah, I know I have a couple other books I'm on now, but I'm still going to color Brand, but I got to color these other books now because I didn't know it's going to take this long. So all of a sudden now he's got pages and he's behind. So that right before we were trying to set the print file up, we had almost 20 pages to color, and Icarus I was like, dude, I really need these pages colored, and he was like, all right. He said, okay, this weekend. He said, this weekend, I'm really going to go hard on it. And because that's a good thing about Icarus. As we sent him the pages, he started putting flaps on the pages pretty quickly. So all he had to do was just go in and put all the little, and then he had a problem coloring Kanan's style. He told me, he said, he's like, man, he's so detailed. It's just hard to, because that's one of the reasons that I couldn't, John Malin had given me some contact info on a couple of colors. We lost our other colorists, and John gave me, and Kelsey Shannon had, gave me some contact people, and because he was like, I could do like a pinup or so for you, but he was coloring Bigfoot Bill and working on, I think, the Jungle comics as well. So he was doing stuff. So it was like crazy. And then we found Icarus, and Icarus, I was like, wow. I noticed, because I spent like $400 something on color samples just from different people trying to see, and I'd send them to Kanan. Hey, do you like this? Well, he didn't really like it, and I was like, damn. Okay, I was like, what about this one? And then he go, well, what do you think? And I was like, when he says that, I know he hates it immediately. Yeah. It's just like he hates it, but he don't like to fight because he know I'll fight. I'm arguing. So Kanan be like, what do you think? And I was like, it looks okay, but it's not the same as the previous colors. I get it. And then we tried Icarus out, and I sent Kanan. I thought he's gonna hate this one too. He's like, that's right. That's the way it's supposed to look. And I was like, yeah, it is.
Jackpot.
That's what it is. And then Icarus, but what I didn't know, Icarus works for like IDW, and he works for like Boom and Zenoscope and all these different companies. So he does all this, he's done DC stuff, and I was just like, all right, look, man, I know I can't pay you like a DC or whatever. I can't pay you like that, but he wasn't cheap. And he colored. I mean, we worked out. I was like, oh man, every time when I'm going over my taxes, I was like, man, do you realize how many thousands of dollars I paid you? I was like, because I paid him for 52 pages of art. He colored 2 variant covers, and then he had to do. I mean, he did so, and then a bunch of pinups and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god, he just did so much work. And
it looks great though, because with Kanan's really signature detailed style, you definitely got to get the right colors. But everything I've seen looks absolutely gorgeous. So,
well, that's the thing. So now I've got Icarus, and he's coloring. So the creator on Eclipse, his name's Mike. There's a lot of Mikes. His name's Mike too, but because he's doing an art contest. He's doing an art contest. He's willing to pay up to $600 for anybody that can draw his character Eclipse. He needs to come on. I need to have him on, because since he hired my dear artist, Demetrius Miller, if you want a commission from Demetrius, airbrush, he'll draw whatever you want. He can do all kind of cool stuff. But he's doing the pages for. We negotiated a pretty good page rate for Demetrius. He's got over 45,000 people following him on Instagram, and very excited to have him as part of the Akari Press team. So I think, and he did a Dawn Craven pinup that's going to be a backer reward for Way of the Gun. So I'm really excited to see. I've seen pages from the Eclipse stuff. I've seen pages from the Mia and Grok, and I've seen the script for the Fame book. So I don't know. I'm assuming he will kill that as well. I am very much looking forward to having him start working on that. And Kanan's going to do the cover for the Fame book, and then Demetrius is going to ink it. And, like I said, and then once we get all that done, I will give Demetrius the Children of Man script that will be done by myself and Mike Barron. So I am very, very excited, because by then, hopefully, Kanan will be on Fearsome at that point. He should be. So.
Oh yeah, with EVS.
Yeah. So that was supposed to be to go. I told Ethan, I was like, hey, just let him finish this up, and then we'll get on Fearsome, and then hopefully we can come back and do book 3 of Brand together. So even though he drives me out of my mind, but
Kanan's
good. Yeah,
Akari Press.
Yes, but
future is bright.
Yeah, we've got cool stuff coming up. Like I said, I think the Way of the Gun launch, just based on the early excitement, is going to be really cool. And this is gonna be good. I'm excited. Your project looks really cool, and I wish you good luck with it. Obviously, Michael, is there anything you would like to tell people before I get up out of here and close this bad boy out?
Just first of all, again, sorry for being late, and thank you for your forgiveness, because I did feel terrible when I woke up and saw the time. So thank you for holding down the fort until I got here, and helping me promote. and they, so I do appreciate that, and I thank you to everybody in the chat for sticking around. And if you do like the concept of a trash talking superhero who can control karma, I definitely want to live up to that premise, because a lot of people say that they're surprised that there haven't been that many superheroes that actually can manipulate karma itself. So I definitely, not only is it like a cool premise, but I definitely think the execution is going to be awesome. So if you're interested, definitely read through those preview pages on the campaign, and hopefully you like what you see. And if so, please back the book, because we need as much help as we can get to get funded and get this book made. So.
All right. Let me see. Warzard, the board Time Lord. I'm a backer of both you guys. Well, thank you, Warzard.
Thank you.
I am, because like I said,
Hail Warzard.
Can't do anything without the people. That is one thing. And matter of fact, people have been asking when I'm going to have Demetrius on. Hopefully within the next few days, I will be doing some streams with Demetrius, because that's one thing I told him. I said, look, you want to do the book, but he's kind of shy like Kanan. And I'm like, dude, you trying to do this crowdfunding thing. You don't want to get out there and grease the palms of the people.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. So we need him. He'll do like some drawing and stuff on screen. And, it is what it is. Chimera, your book will come. I don't think you're a digital guy, hopefully. But if you're not, like I said, trust me. I've put in a word to the printers, and we're trying to see, can't we? Hopefully, I will have the books maybe by the end of the month. That is the
nice.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
that is the fingers crossed. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Mike, I really wish you well with this new project. I know you fulfilled Abductable, so good luck on this one as well.
Thank you, sir.
If you guys want to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on this YouTube channel. Everywhere is at Akari Press. And if you type in akaripress.com, it won't take you anywhere, because I haven't directed it to the new page yet. So, but that's coming. Trust me. The Way of the Gun campaign. Be back here Thursday, because unless your boy Zach changes it, your boy Zach is going to be here Thursday afternoon. Might have a couple of surprise guests that hop on the stream with him. But your boy Zach should be here Thursday afternoon. When I get the exact time and everything locked down, I will, of course, promote that, tweet that out, let everybody know. We're going to be talking about the Expendables book, which I am a backer of that. I had to get it. I've been sitting on that secret for about like 6 months. I heard about this. I was like, Sylvester Stallone? And I was like, but I'm so proud of Conversation, because we've had so many leaks in this community, people screenshot DMs and stuff, and everybody respected Zach so much that there was so many people that knew about it, and they didn't leak it out. So I'm that's a pat on the back.
I know so many people out after that got launched saying that they knew about it this whole time. I was like, dang, how did that many people know and nobody leaked it? So yeah, you're right.
Because I knew about it. And there was a couple of people that I said, I gotta tell you something really cool, but you can't tell anybody. And when I told them, they were like, Sylvester Stallone, what? Because they couldn't believe it. And I was like, they was like, are you ribbon? I was like, no, Zach got it hooked up, man. And now Warzard, I have invited Chuck Dixon, and I've heard back from Chuck Dixon, but we don't know if Chuck Dixon is available at the time that Zach picked. So that's why I'm not saying exactly when, because I know the time that me and Zach agreed on, but I told Zach that I have asked Chuck to be on, and I've also invited Graham Nolan. So nice. That would be a mega stream to have Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan and Richard C. Meyer all on the stream to talk about the Expendables project. I would love to have that happen, but it's all up to Chuck, because Zach has agreed to a time on Thursday afternoon, but I don't know if it works for Chuck. Now we can switch it around if Chuck if Chuck switches, he might like, look, I can do Thursday, but I can't do it this time or whatever. And then as long as I let Richard know in enough time, we can switch it. But I'll try to follow back. I'm waiting to hear back from him. He answered my other email. I'm waiting to hear back from him. But yeah, I'm trying to get Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan on with Richard to talk about the Expendables project. I think that'll be a big chat, and there'll be a lot of people in the because the book's already, what is it, at 50 grand yet? He's killing it. I know that. I was like, yeah, but like I said, I was so proud of this community for not leaking that out, because there was a couple of people that knew. I know, obviously, I knew Ethan knew and a couple of other people, and when I heard, I was like, oh. And I couldn't believe it. I know Cecil knew, and so certain people knew, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh man, that's gonna leak, and it didn't leak. That's why I'm saying, because I get tired of saying. I was like, damn, all these people in the damn private chats and then screenshotting every damn thing. That tells me right from this. Like, I'm not calling nobody's name, but there's a couple folks that was in there screenshotting and stuff. So I was like, you really wasn't down in the first place. If you in there taking people's private conversations, because you've got friends in those chats, there's at least, in all the chats that I'm in, there's at least 2 or 3 people that are cool with each other. And so I'm sitting there going, if you do stuff like that, where you're in there taking screenshots, trying, if I turn on him, I'm going to need this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, it just leave bad taste in my mouth. But, I really appreciated the fact that not a single soul leaked out Richard C. Myers' deal with Stallone and Chuck Dixon and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was really cool. And because people were genuinely, that's one of the things we talked about on the Wrestling Council when we did the Royal Rumble show. Some of the information had already leaked. It had been leaked a few months ago that Edge was going to show up at, and then a couple days before, one of the wrestling sheets that I follow, they said, hey, Santino Marella was flown in by WWE. So I thought he was going to be in the men's Royal Rumble. He ended up being in the women's Royal Rumble. And so, but I wish I didn't know he was coming out. I knew he was there because the wrestling sheets told me. So I was like, you don't have that surprise. Back 30 years ago, they didn't have all this stuff. So, they didn't have all the, that's what it's like. Warzard, the board, Time Lord, a card press. You got any secret projects? It's not so much of a secret now. That's what I was just saying. There is a story called Brand Children of Man. It is going to be written by Mike Barron. And it's based on a story idea that I had. And I'm working with Mike now because it's hard for me to explain Brand to people that don't live inside my head. So that's why when people started getting the PDFs, when people started getting the PDFs, I knew then, and that was one of the things that I kept getting over and over again when people started contacting me. They were like, this is different from anything that I thought it was going to be. And I was like, yeah, it's not the same. It's
that's always the hard part as a writer is actually explaining your ideas, because you just want to like tell everybody every little detail that in your head, but actually condensing it down into a nice elevator pitch. To me, that's always the hardest part. But
it seemed like it was better when I actually talked to Mike on the phone, because we were doing emails and he was like, can I call you? And I was like, yeah, let's talk. And so when I started telling him, and he was like, I need you to write all these different characters out and all this kind of thing. And I was like, oh, okay, so let's fix that. But he sent me a couple of treatments for Children of Man. I think it's a Dark Santana gaming story. It's set in the 1800s in Victorian London. So we're set, and it's gonna be cool. And I want Demetrius Miller as the artist on that, since he's one of my guys. And I'm gonna.
And Mike Barron is the man. So
awesome. Mike is definitely the man. And I told him, we were talking on the phone, and I said, I think the first book of yours I read was like I think around 87, 88. It was like Punisher issue number 9, I think. It if you find the comic, it's got the Punisher fighting a ninja. It's like the whole cover is pretty much black except for the outline of the ninja, and you see the katana or whatever the ninja sword was, and you see the Punisher. I mean, they've got him kind of outlined stuff. The cover is pretty black, and in this issue, Microchip, who is the Punisher's assistant, he sends his son out on the mission with Frank, and Microchip's son gets killed at the end of the book, and then Frank has to bring him home in a body bag and lay him out there in front of Microchip. And that was one of the things, like when Microchip, and a few years later, when Microchip went evil and turned on Frank, that was one of the things, like, hey man, you took my son out on a mission and my son got killed. And that was one of the reasons he used to justify turning on the Punisher and everything. So, but like I said, Mike Baron, big fan of his, and I'm enjoying the collaboration. So that would be my secret project, but it's not so much a secret now. Hopefully, but I was planning on promoting that once we wrap up the Way of the Gun campaign. So yeah. So there it is. Any last words, Mr. Derrick, before I hit this button and get us out of here?
Just again, thank you for having me on, and everybody, if you like what you hear, please do click the link and check out Grayscale. We need to get the numbers up a bit. We're still pretty early on in the campaign, but we definitely we've been making good progress since we launched, but we still got a long way to go. So definitely back the book if you're interested. So, and thank you.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your evening. We are out. Flat Earth is real.